Welcome to my channel. Over here, I'll be reacting, reviewing, and discussing everything from movies to anime to TV shows to anime movies, all that good stuff. So if you enjoy my content, like, share, subscribe, comment. All right? Without wasting any more time, here's my take on Spider-Man No Way Home. Okay, let's talk about it. Here's my take on Spider-Man No Way Home. Phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie. Man, I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. Loved it. Just everything, the pacing, the character development. Marvel, you got some secret sauce. Y'all doing something right. You need to talk to DC. I don't know. But anyways, let's talk about it. Oh, before I even continue, movie/spoiler review. Again, for those who don't listen, this is going to be a movie/spoiler review. It's been out for a week, over a week now. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing. Go see it. Trust me, you will get your money's worth. All right. Okay. So I want to just talk about a few key points. I'm not gonna talk about the entirety of the movie because it'll take me like a good hour to talk about every single thing. But there's a few points I definitely want to talk about that I was like, oh yes, I loved it. So okay, from the jump, it starts off right after Mysterio leaks out that video saying that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and is the one that killed him and all that, making Peter Parker / Spider-Man like the bad guy. So his life is all over the place, straight up chaos right now. And so they're just they're in the beginning, they're trying to go through okay, maybe we can handle this and all of that, but things get a little crazy. You got the helicopters all over his apartment, with his Aunt May and everything. Oh, one of the first like oh my god moments. Daredevil, Matt Murdock is in the MCU officially now. What this he is Peter Parker's lawyer. So cool. I was going ecstatic. I'm like, oh, yeah, you don't understand. I was going crazy. I know my boys. I went with my homeboy Randy Jones and their other homeboy. It was fun because we were going crazy. But anyways, cool part. So as I said, some people think that Spider-Man's still here. Some people think Spider-Man is a villain, and you see a brick, it crashes through the window, and Matt Murdock catches the brick before Spider-Man does. Spider-Man's like, oh snap, like, how'd you do that? Matt Murdock's like, I'm a good lawyer, and I'm just like, I'm going crazy. So now I'm thinking, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, everybody is in the MCU now, right? Even during the shows, I remember I watched all the Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage. I watched all of them. They're all in MCU now, right? I'm gonna assume because even Kingpin is in Hawkeye now. So I'm just gonna assume Marvel. We have everybody in. Is Luke Cage? We're gonna see Luke Cage in there. I don't know. I don't even want to speak too soon. We'll see what happens. All right, let me keep talking about Spider-Man. I got a little bit of a tangent because that was a really cool part. Anyways, so yeah, his life is going all over the place. People are going to get a little crazy. So he ends up going to May's boyfriend. What's his name? Happy? Yeah, we end up going to Happy's apartment. Nice little studio, legit spot. It was very secure because he dude's like a millionaire, billionaire. He used to work for Tony Stark, so homie's loaded. So, anyways, they're over there, and I know there's what happened. Oh, so it gets to the point where Peter, Ned, and MJ they're trying to they're trying to get into college, right? And remember, they're still in high school. This is the younger version of Spider-Man, so they're still in high school. So the main school that they want to go to is MIT. That they want to go together is MIT. Remember, Peter Parker I think this Peter Parker, his genius side is more on the mathematics, I believe. So MIT is definitely a great STEM school. So They all get the acceptance letter. They open it. Come to find out, obviously for dramatic effect, they didn't get in because they're associated with Spider-Man, and Spider-Man associated with the death of Mysterio. So the school doesn't really feel too keen to accepting them. So that's one. That's spoiler talk right now. They don't give you that detail in the commercials because you assume that he's going to Doctor Strange to have everyone forget he's Spider-Man because his life is like, you know, uh, crazy right now. But one of the driving forces is the fact that he essentially messed up Ned's and MJ's future for MIT. Essentially, they didn't have to be that petty. So, anyways, he goes to Doctor Strange. You know this part. He wants Doctor Strange to, cook up a spell to make everyone forget who he is. But then in mid spell, he's like, "Oh no, I may need to know Ned needs to know, MJ needs to know, oh, so and so needs to know." And Doctor Strange is like, "Oh, all right, be quiet." And then it gets a little crazy. Doctor Strange contains the spell. He did his thing. He does like that crystal thing. It's like a crystal magical barrier thing. I don't know if you guys seen the What If. I didn't want to spoil that, but y'all know what I'm talking about if you heard me say What If and the crystal magical thing. Anyways, uh, Doctor Strange. I think it's Doctor Strange is like, why didn't you just call him or whatnot? And he kicks Peter out. It's like, well, why did you come to me before you even? Why would you come to me first without even going to the admissions people first? It's like logic. Like, oh man, I should. Spider-Man's like, what? I could do that. He's like, yeah, bro, you Spider-Man. People know who you have. You have that power now. You have like that famous power now. Not just only you have spider power now. You're famous. You use your clout. Anyways, they get to the bridge. He meets the admissions lady on the bridge, and then boom, this is where all the action starts happening. And this is pretty cool because when you see, as we see it in commercials, but when you're seeing it live action, you see Dr. Octopus actually did like his introduction. Fire. This joke was lit. So cool. It was so cool because you haven't seen Dr. Octopus. I forgot his name. But that actor for Dr. Octopus looks great, by the way. It doesn't even look like he aged a bit. He looks younger in this Spider-Man than Spider-Man 2. Somebody let me know if I'm going crazy. I swear he looked younger in this Spider-Man than Spider-Man 2. Anyways, they get a little tussle. Spider-Man ends up winning because his nanotechnology takes over his octopus arms and everything. So that was pretty lit. Another cool part when Electro comes through. That was cool. Electro, Jamie Foxx playing Electro. It's funny too. A lot of people are talking about how it's like a little bit of a plot hole where Electro looks different and everybody else doesn't really look different. But I think they explain it in a way. Maybe, I don't know how I take it as. Electro even states, she's like, "Yo, over here I feel different. The power here, the electricity here is different. I like it better." I think that what kind of maybe alters his image because he was like more of like the geeky, black dude in Amazing Spider-Man. But in this universe, he's Jamie Foxx, Electro, swaggy with the hair, all that, So, and it seems like he's a little bit more powerful. So, I kind of understood where they're coming from. I don't see it as a plot hole, but everyone else, everyone's a critic, I guess. So, anyways, he fights Electro and with Sandman. Sandman actually helps him out. Oh, the reason why he's fighting them. So Doctor Strange enlists him, MJ, and they're like, "Hey, you're gonna have to round up everybody that snuck into this universe, and we're gonna send them back. But it's your problem. You're gonna have to deal with it. Hit me up when you're done." And, you get that in the commercials, but that's really just the whole plot of it. In like the first, say 45 minutes. I'll say the first 45 minutes of the movie. So he rounds up. I think Doctor Strange already picked up Reptile, and it's so funny. Reptile doesn't say anything at all. Is it Reptile? I'm saying Reptile. I don't even know if that's his name. I can't believe. Is it Reptile? Mortal Kombat. The lizard dude. I can't believe I forgot his name. Anyways, the lizard dude doesn't talk for like a good little minute, right? So keep that in mind. So Spider-Man, Ned, and all of them, they're rounding up all the villains. So you have Doc Ock, Electro, Sandman, the Lizard Dude, and then you have the Green Goblin. I totally forgot. Green Goblin. His entrance was it was so much nostalgia when I saw the Green Goblin. I was like, yo, I have to say, Green Goblin is the Joker on steroids. I don't care. Green Goblin is if Joker started working out, taking steroids, or taking like a super soldier serum. Yeah, and I think they're like same level of crazy. Joker might be crazier than Green Goblin, but just the fact that Green Goblin, bro, he's one of my favorite villains, man. He did his thing. No lie, because he was the villain of this Spider-Man. Yeah, all the other villains, were villains, but I think Green Goblin was like the alpha villain in this movie. But anyways, after Spider-Man rounds them all up, he ends up rounding them all up, right? It is very interesting where when some of them start talking to each other, because some of the villains are in the same universe. Doc Ock and Green Goblin, they're in the same universe. You got the Lizard Dude, and Electro is in the same universe. And Electro starts talking to the Lizard Dude, bro. I was dying, and they're like, "Yo, you can talk." And it's so funny because I'm thinking to myself like, bro, he did not say not one thing. He was just like, making growling sounds and stuff. But the way he was standing, if you're paying attention, once you actually see the movie, he's standing like a regular dude. So I'm thinking, if he didn't know how to, I wouldn't be as surprised if he really just spoke out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, he's acting like more like a humanoid than lizard. I live in Florida, specifically Central Florida, and we see lizards like all the time. They're like always like shifty and crap. I'm like, man, you could tell there's some intelligence there. And the crazy thing is, not that he speaks English, he speaks the Queen's English. He has like an accent. He speaks very proper. I'm like, that's what would freak me out. But anyways, keep digressing. Anyways, they all start talking to each other, and each of them find out that they end up dying in their respective universes. And Spider-Man's like, hold up. Damn, so we send them back to their death. And this is where you see that fight in the commercial with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. And that fight was pretty cool. Because in our reality, if Doctor Strange wanted to Spider-Man, it would have been nothing. Like he wasn't really fighting. But anyways, they ended up having a little tussle. Very, very cool point. I want to point out. Doctor Strange does like that. He pushes your astral physical self out. Astral self out of your physical body. That was cool. But the real cool part was when you see Spider-Man's body still reacting to Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange trying to grab that little box thingy to send them back to the universe, but his body's reacting. So it makes you wonder, like, is this spider sense more like a subconscious thing? And it makes sense, because if you remember the first Spider-Man, and to this day I don't care what anybody says, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man had the best spider sense. He was on point every time. You was not touching him for real. You have to really catch him. But anyways, you see his the Tom Holland Spider-Man, going like this, and Doctor Strange's like, what the hell? Spider-Man gets back in his body. They continue fighting. Then Doctor Strange, you see that, obviously in the commercial, you see where the trains, there's like multiple trains, and the buildings are like upside down. So that's the mirror realm where Doctor Strange was sent him and Peter to the fight. It was so cool. And this is where another element I want to talk about. Spider-Man, because I'm old school. The reason why I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, I actually binge watched the 1994 anime series Spider-Man. That's where I get half my knowledge from, like Spider-Man. Also comic books, but that series is what blew my mind. Especially the writing in that, amazing. But one thing I wanted to mention, the element of Spider-Man being intelligent. Main reason why Spider-Man usually wins, not usually from his powers, because he's really an intelligent dude. He's really smart. So it's funny how I said how Green Goblin's like the Joker on steroids. Spider-Man's in a way, I want to say like Batman with steroids, but like a Batman-esque with powers. He's not rich like him, and he doesn't. He's not like the world's greatest detective like Batman. But anyways, yeah. So Spider-Man uses geometry in the mirror world to trap Doctor Strange in like a web. I'm like, oh, I love it. Then I have to. He's just like, okay, this is nothing. This is geometry. I could, okay, boom. I trapped him. Takes the box back. His plan, Spider-Man's plan, is to see if we could cure each villain. So, because if you think about all those villains they're all mad scientists in a nutshell. Most of them are the intelligent men, but they just went on the deep end in terms of, getting too deep into their work or, trying to save someone's life. If there was something always internally wrong with them, even though they were geniuses. So he wanted to fix them. First person was Dr. Octopus. That was cool. He fixed the thing. If you guys don't remember Spider-Man 2, Doc Ock loses control because of the arms are actually controlling him. So, he ends up putting the thing back in his cerebral cortex. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Like right there. Or right there near the top of the spine, between the neck. Anatomy I was not a physiology anatomy major, as obviously you could tell. Sorry if I'm butchering whatever this part of the spinal cord is, but yeah, they put it right there. Who else was next? Oh, key part. Also love. So after he fixes Dr. Octopus, right? And I think it was like they were going on like forgot what happened, but Dr. Octopus and Norman Osborn were talking to each other. And Dr. Octopus says something like, yeah, along the lines like, yeah, we're going to be able to fix you too, or something like that. And I think that's what triggered the Green Goblin to come back out, because in midst of them like all like hanging around in Happy's, they're all in Happy's apartment, by the way, while they're doing this. Everyone, Electro, Lizard Dude. I'm going to find out his name. I'm probably going to put it I'm going to correct myself, but yeah, I'm going to call him Lizard Dude. So we got Electro, Lizard Dude, Doc Ock, Sandman, and Green Goblin. So you remember, Doc Ock was the first person they fixed. And it's funny, they're all walking through Happy's camera, and Happy's like, who do dudes in my apartment? Fine, I thought that was hilarious. Oh, Marvel, you guys are getting that great recipe of comedy relief and just sticking within the sadness. Man, all I have to say, y'all doing something really good there. You guys have a good little recipe. DC, talk to your peoples. Marvel, man, y'all need or talk to whoever's doing the anime series for DC. You know what? Let me not digress. I'm gonna finish this movie / spoiler review. Anyways, Doc Ock speaks to Norman. He says, hey, we're going to be able to fix you, blah, blah, blah. And then Peter Parker's Spider-Man's spider sense is just going crazy. Mind you, you have all these villains, or yeah, they're all still villains besides Doc Ock right now, in your spot, in your Aunt May's boyfriend's bachelor pad. His thing's going crazy. He's like, okay, who's about to flip right now? He feels it, and then I'm thinking like, hey, he's looking at Electro like, yo, what you looking at me for? It? He's looking at the Lizard Dude. He's looking around, he's looking at Doc Ock a little bit, and then he webs Norman Osborn, and boom, Green Goblin comes out. Green Goblin again, straight chaos, goes ham, straight bodies him. I mean, hand-to-hand combat. Tom Holland wasn't ready. He wasn't ready, bro. He wasn't ready. Anyways, gets manhandled by Green Goblin. And then the real sad thing happens. Real sad thing happens. Aunt May dies because Green Goblin like rams runs right into her while I'm trying to. I think he was trying to get to Peter. Forgot what happened. He runs into her. He flies away because he throws a bomb. He throws a bomb into the apartment, and he helps her up. She juked the hell out of me because I'm thinking she like at first she's laying down and she gets up. I'm like, oh okay, she alright. I'm like, she cool. Nah, a few seconds later, she falls back down. Then Aunt May die. I was like, oh man, that hurt. That hurt. Especially this recently losing a family member a month and a half ago. I was like, oh yeah, definitely the feels, bro. Yeah, tough. So, and then she gives him that, with great power comes with great responsibility. And the crazy thing is that in the movies, that's when I realized, like, yo, Spider-Man didn't have like an Uncle Ben scenario yet. I'm like, okay. Now things are clicking in my head. I'm like, okay, I see where they're going with this right now. Cool. She dies. He's, obviously he's depressed. He's lost. That's like, this is his mom pretty much. And so you have Ned and MJ trying to, this is crew trying to help him out. They're looking for him. And this is what everyone was waiting for. So Ned, supposedly, side note, Ned got magic, I think, in his family. I don't know, like Ned, he did a few things, like he does like this, like once in the movie, like you see like a sparkle, like hold up, Ned might have powers. Anyways, they have a few Doctor Strange thing. They have Doctor Strange's ring because Spider-Man took it while they're fighting earlier. So Ned is like, okay, let's find Spider-Man, and then you see his Spider-Man silhouette in the background when Ned opens the portal. I already knew that was a different Spider-Man. In my head, I'm like, I know that's what's in that Andrew Garfield's, but it has to be. Cause he's a little tall, slender. I'm like, has to be homeboy. Lo and behold, it's my boy Andrew Garfield. He comes through. I'm like, oh, the crowd's, the movie theater's going crazy. I love the reaction. That was cool. It's like, all right, cool. We got Andrew Garfield, and I'm thinking to myself, where's the GOAT? Where's the GOAT? I need to know when's the GOAT coming? I need to know if the GOAT's sliding through. They're like, okay, let's find Peter Parker. Then boom, my boy Tobey Maguire comes through. I was like, oh yeah, I went crazy. I was like, yes. And I don't know, is it me or is Tobey Maguire, his Spider-Man always has like that, he's about to say something smart with a blank face type. I don't know. He always has like a very stoic, like sarcastic look to him, like Andrew Garfield's more of like the antsy, quick witty type. So it's like subtle differences, and then I realized like, oh, they're all in different ages in their life. Tobey Maguire, look, he has it figured out. As a superhero, as a Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield's still in like that midlife, like, oh man, I don't know what to do. Because mind you, he lost Gwen. That was like his MJ. So anyways, Spider-Man's they go look for Peter. They're like, hey, where's the spot where, he likes to hang out and chill. He's like, I like to go on the Empire State Building. That's Andrew Garfield. And Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is like, oh, I like to go on the Chrysler building. But he's like, Empire State Building, that's a good view. Then they're like, oh no, he goes to on top of the school. They meet up. They do like the whole Spider-Man speech thing. Like, oh, great power comes with great responsibility. They click. Now let's get to the fight scene. Oh, before I even continue, when Green Goblin goes crazy, right? I don't have like the sense in me, the logic. Why would you leave a big man lizard in a truck? They like literally, they're all talking. They're like, oh, what's his name? I forgot his name, but the lizard's a doctor. Also, remember I said they're all like mad scientists. They're like, no, he wanted to chill in the truck. Just wait, you see how things work out. Why would you leave a deranged, insane lizard man thing in the truck in the middle in the? That was a plot hole to me. I'm like, no, you need to get his butt up here so we can watch him, just in case things pop off. And look what happened. Green Goblin popped off. Lizard's like, oh yeah, it's time now. What? Come on now, yeah. Come on, common sense. But anyways, so they all suit up. They all figure out like, yeah, cool, real cool thing. another cool moment. So while they're getting ready, they're like, "Oh yeah, we need to get some web shooters." And Tobey Maguire's like, "What's that?" And he just does his web thing. Because remember, the first Spider-Man, his web is, I would say, organic. It comes from him, like his own fluid. And it's funny, Andrew Garfield's like, "Ew, like what? What the hell is that?" And they're like so freaked out. So there's subtle differences that they have. And I thought that was a good little, a great scene. Another great scene, after they prepare to try to cure the villains or beat them. They're all talking before the fight starts, and they're just talking about like their feats and everything. Spider-Man is like, "Oh no, I only fought like this lizard dude and the Electro." The other Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, was like, "Yeah, I fought a dude, an alien." And Tom Holland's like, "Yeah, I fought an alien in space." And they're like, "What? Excuse me, dog, you was in space?" Like, oh snap! So it's kind of cool, and it's funny too. They're making Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man like pick him up, and Tobey Maguire's like, "No, you're amazing," and I'm like, "He's the amazing Spider." Like, yeah, you're the amazing Spider-Man. So it was pretty cool. Anyways, the fight scene ensues. It's pretty, obviously it's intense. Great fight scene. I love how in the beginning all of them were getting their butts whooped because they never knew how to like work together before. But Tom Holland Spider-Man has advantage. Like, no, I worked as a team before. This is what we're gonna do. They start working together. They thus pretty much beat every other. They cure or beat every other villain besides the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin comes through. You remember Tom Holland wants to smoke, so they have their end fight scene. Now Tom Holland's really, 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 really trying to like go in on this dude, go in. So there's actually a point where he does like a little Superman punch on because they're fighting on Captain America's shield because they're at the Statue of Liberty fighting it. I don't know why they have the Captain America shield, and I don't know. Anyways, he's fighting Green Goblin. He goes for a Superman punch. What's a Superman punch? I don't know. But he goes for it and he missed. But you think to myself, "Oh nah, if he would have caught him, oh, that would have been done for Green Goblin. Hands down, done." But anyways, he gets to a point he's about to kill him. Tobey Maguire stops him because he's about to kill him with the glider. He stops him. He doesn't even say that. He just looks. He's like, and then he convinces him not to. And Green Goblin, being the a-hole that he is, stabs Spider-Man in the back. I'm like, oh, wow. And the thing is, I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? I like that because he's sticking to his character. That's who he is. Don't turn your back on a deranged person that's stronger than you with a knife. Anyways, Tom Holland's Peter Parker, Spider-Man doesn't kill Green Guy, but he does inject him with the cure. He gives it to him. They bam. You heard it. Like you heard you're like, oh, okay, yeah, he felt that. He cures him. Then Norman Osborn comes back like, oh my God, what did I do? So that was a great scene in my opinion. Oh, one thing I want to point out, but let me finish before I jump back and forth. Sorry for going all over the place. Remember, movie/spoiler review. I want to be more organized. I just wanted to get this out there because it was on my mind. But Andrew Garfield, he said something about being in a dark place and everything. I think Andrew Garfield got bodies. I think that Spider-Man got bodies right now. I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all let me know. I think he has bodies right now. But yeah. Doctor Strange eventually comes out of the mirror world. He's a little pissed, but he was like, okay, you actually did cure him, but we still got something back. And then Peter Parker's like, and Spider-Man's like, you know what? Make everyone forget Peter Parker entirely. Like Peter Parker, not Spider-Man. Make everybody forget who Peter Parker was. Like he never existed. Doctor Strange's like, what? Sure. And you can tell Doctor Strange's like a little sad, like, nah, like I don't want to forget you. They've all been through stuff. I think Doctor Strange did a little thing in the spell to make sure he remembers, but that's just my theory. But he does that. He says goodbye to MJ and Ned. It was sad. And MJ's like, oh, make sure you look for me, you remind me, or I'm gonna figure it out. MJ being a strong woman. It says goodbye to Ned. And the cool thing is, while it's happening, you see like the ripple of the fabric of reality. You see different like silhouettes of villains. I know I saw Rhino, and I think it was Craven. We weren't holding the staff, or it could have been somebody else. I think it was Craven, and I think I saw Scorpion. I'm 90% sure it was Scorpion. Anyways, Doctor Strange finishes up the spell. Everybody forgets, who Peter is and all that, and he gets towards this is near the end of the movie. And he has like this whole letter thing going, trying to remind MJ. The letter pretty much explaining what happened, because everything still happened, but they just don't remember. He gets to the coffee spot, the diner that MJ works at, and he sees Ned and her, and you could tell he's looking like, nah, because they get into MIT. I think there was a conversation like they get into MIT, and you could tell Peter's just like, nah. They good where they at. Yeah, and I like that. Definitely good where they at. Him and MJ have like a little bit of like a little dialogue, and while they're talking, I seen like she still had the necklace. So there's something definitely still there. You could tell there's energy, but you could tell Peter he doesn't want to mess anything up. So now Peter, you see him up in his little rinky-dink apartment and everything, and somebody tell me, is that the same apartment Tobey Maguire was in? I swear they're using like the same. They had like the same exact setup. Obviously, it's a movie set, but I'm just saying within that universe, I'm thinking like, did they use the same exact room? I thought that was cool. And he's sewing up his costume, because remember, this Peter was spoon-fed everything. He had the Iron Man, Spider-Man suit. He was always with other adult superheroes. Because remember, all the other two Spider-Man, they didn't have no. They had to start from scratch. They had to make their own suit. They had to do everything. And so now he's starting from the bottom. He literally came from the top all the way to the bottom. And now, after doing research and everything, realizing this is Spider-Man. This Spider-Man's origin story. All the movies from Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, that's the culmination of his origin story. Thinking about it, really. So that was cool. I love how Marvel did that and displayed the fact that now we're gonna get the Spider-Man that we really want to see. Like he's most likely gonna work for the Daily Bugle. He needs to eat, so the brother has to do stuff. He made his own suit. Mind you, that suit was dripping. Bro, that blue, drippy. So, that was pretty much it. It ended on, it's funny, it ended on Christmas. I'm actually doing this video on Christmas Day. It's my first movie review on Christmas Day. So, funny talking about it. But anyways, last thing. I want to talk about the post-credit scenes. So the first one is with Venom. It was hilarious. So they got Tom Hardy Venom. He's talking to the dude. He's pretty much getting caught up with what happened in this universe. So he's like, so people disappeared. So this dude he's talking to the bartender. And the bartender's like, yeah, man, I lost my family 5 years now. And he's like, what? Anyways, that's the reason why Venom is in that universe. Because funny, I was thinking it's because of Loki. I'm sorry, I'm spoiling a lot. In Loki, what if you got Kane the Conqueror? No, it wasn't Kane the Conqueror, but his other version of himself, pretty much saying that the multiverse is splitting. I'm thinking that's why Venom is in there, because the multiverse is like going haywire, or it's because of Wanda. No, it was because of the spell that Doctor Strange put. That's why. Because remember in the Venom, Let There Be Carnage, like another spoiler review. Sorry if you didn't see it. At the end, Venom is talking to Tom Hardy, saying all Venoms. I can't even say that word. all those Venom suits, they all share hive mind. So they all like know about, they know about the multiverse and everything. So that's why I thought why Venom was there, but it's really because of that Venom in the Tobey Maguire Venom knew who Peter Parker was. Anyways, once Doctor Strange reverts, does the spell that everybody forgets who Peter Parker was, Venom goes back to his universe, but a little piece of the Simulant gets is left there in that universe. So obviously that's gonna set us up for a Venom in that universe. So I don't know if we're gonna see Tom Hardy Venom again. I don't know. Hopefully, I like that Venom. Some people didn't like Let There Be Carnage. I enjoyed it personally. Anyways, that was that first one. Oh, the second post-credit scene was really a commercial for Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. Wanda's in it. There's an evil Doctor Strange in it. I'm thinking it was the Doctor Strange from What If. Again, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, well, if you already finished watched my video up until now, you've been spoiled. But I'm thinking it's a different evil Doctor Strange from another universe. That's what I'm thinking. Because the What If Doctor Strange is still, I'm thinking he's watching Killmonger and Ultron in that crystal thing. Again, if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. But yeah, guys, that was a long, I guess, explain spoiler alert. Please, if you enjoy my content, again, like, share, subscribe. Welcome to my channel. This is my first movie review, Spider-Man No Way Home. And that was my take on it. See y'all later.